Basketball history is full of prodigies who dazzled early, but never reached their potential. From Darko Milicic to Josh Selby, we'll break down what went wrong for 12 of the most hyped players. Was it injuries, pressure, or personal struggles that derailed their careers? Let's find out. When the Detroit Pistons selected Darko Milicic as the second overall pick in 2003.
With the second pick, the Detroit Pistons select Darko Milicic.
The basketball world was stunned. He went ahead of LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, and Chris Bosh, instantly labeling him as one of the most scrutinized prospects in NBA history. Coming straight from Serbia, Milicic was young, raw, and brimming with potential, but the transition to the NBA proved overwhelming. His early years with the Pistons were underwhelming. While Detroit won the championship in 2004, Darko's contributions were minimal, leaving fans and analysts questioning the pick. Over the next decade, he bounced through teams like the Orlando Magic, Memphis Grizzlies, New York Knicks, Minnesota Timberwolves, and Boston Celtics, never finding a consistent role or establishing the dominance expected of a number 2 pick. Off the court, Milicic tried his hand at kickboxing in 2014, but lost his only professional match. Later, he embraced a quieter life running an apple orchard in Serbia. Kwame Brown made history in 2001 as the first high school player ever drafted first overall, selected by the Washington Wizards. The expectations were enormous. Coming straight out of Glenn Academy in Georgia, he was expected to immediately become the next superstar, a mantle complicated further by Michael Jordan's presence in Washington. Over 12 NBA seasons, Brown played for multiple teams including the Lakers, Grizzlies, Pistons, Bobcats, Warriors, and 76ers. He averaged 6.6 points and 5.5 rebounds per game, numbers far below what teams anticipated from a number 1 pick. While he had a handful of playoff appearances, including a few bright moments with the Lakers, consistency eluded him. Analysts often pointed to developmental struggles and the pressure of high expectations as reasons why Brown never became the player scouts projected. After retiring from the NBA, Kwame stayed connected to basketball, playing in Ice Cube's Big 3 League and mentoring younger family members pursuing professional basketball. Despite a career often cited as a draft bust, his journey is a clear lesson in the challenges faced by young athletes entering the NBA straight from high school. When the Portland Trailblazers selected Greg Oden as the first overall pick in 2007, the basketball world saw a 7-foot shot-blocking marvel ready to dominate the NBA. Coming off a dominant season at Ohio State, 15.7 points, 9.6 rebounds, and 3.3 blocks per game, Oden was compared to legends like Bill Russell and Hakeem Olajuwon. Expectations were sky high. Portland saw him as the cornerstone who could transform their franchise, but injuries quickly became Oden's greatest adversary.
Oh, his knee is... Holy cow, Portland doesn't need this.
Knee problems plagued his career from the start, leading to multiple surgeries and limiting him to just 105 NBA games over 7 seasons with Portland and Miami. Each comeback brought hope, but the injuries persisted, preventing him from reaching his full potential. Off the court, he also faced personal challenges, including struggles with depression and legal troubles, further complicating his journey. Oden retired in 2016, missing out on millions due to timing before the NBA salary cap increase. Today, he's rebuilding his life, working at Butler University and finding stability away from the court. Jay Williams was a college basketball phenom at Duke, celebrated for his court vision, leadership, and passing ability. In 2002, the Chicago Bulls made him the second overall pick, envisioning him as the engine of their resurgence. During his rookie season, he impressed immediately, averaging 9.5 points and 4.7 assists per game, and even recording a triple-double against the New Jersey Nets. Everything pointed to a bright, star-studded career. But tragedy struck in June 2003. Williams was involved in a serious motorcycle accident that shattered his NBA dreams. The injuries were severe enough to end his playing career, and he also faced struggles with substance abuse afterward. The basketball world was left wondering what could have been from a player so highly touted just 1 year prior. Julian Newman became a household name in basketball long before most high schoolers had hit puberty. By 5th grade, he was playing varsity basketball in Orlando, Florida, dazzling audiences with ball-handling skills and deep three-pointers that went viral on social media. His highlight reels earned him a reputation as a true prodigy, and by his sophomore year, he had scored over 3,800 career points, breaking Florida prep records along the way. But the transition from viral sensation to professional-level basketball proved difficult. Standing only 5 feet 6 inches, Newman faced serious physical disadvantages when matched against taller, stronger opponents. His collegiate career at Bethesda University highlighted the gap between hype and performance as he struggled to make an impact on the court, including a debut game in which he went scoreless. Despite these challenges, Newman has leveraged his early fame into social media influence, brand partnerships, and merchandise ventures. His story serves as a cautionary tale about the risks of early hype without sustained development Eddie Curry emerged from Thornwood High School in Illinois as one of the most promising big men of his generation. Named Illinois Mr. Basketball, he entered the NBA directly from high school when the Chicago Bulls selected him 4th overall in the 2001 draft. With his combination of size, skill, and presence in the paint, Curry was expected to dominate for years. Early in his career, Curry showed glimpses of greatness. He led the league in field goal percentage during the 2002 to 2003 season and was an important contributor during his tenure with the New York Knicks. Later, he even played a role on the Miami Heat's 2012 championship team. Despite these moments, inconsistency, weight management issues, and lapses in discipline prevented him from reaching the elite level scouts had predicted. Curry has since reflected on his decision to skip college, acknowledging that additional preparation might have better equipped him for the NBA. His story explains how raw talent, even with early success, requires focus, discipline, and professional maturity to achieve lasting greatness. Emoni Bates emerged as one of the most hyped basketball prospects of his generation. By his freshman year in high school, he was already drawing national attention, and his combination of size, skill, and scoring ability made scouts label him the next big thing. Standing 6 feet 8 inches, Bates dominated high school competitions, winning awards like the 2020 Gatorade National Player of the Year. His shooting touch, agility, and scoring versatility set him apart from peers, and fans expected him to transition seamlessly to the next level. Bates committed to Memphis, but the college game posed challenges. Adjusting to faster pace, physicality, and defensive schemes revealed gaps in his game, and after a season, he transferred to Eastern Michigan, where he averaged 19.2 points per game in 2022 to 2023. Despite flashes of brilliance, he went undrafted in the 2023 NBA draft and joined the Cleveland Charge in the G League, aiming to refine his skills. Even with immense talent, Bates' journey underscores how high school dominance does not guarantee NBA stardom. The path from prodigy to professional success requires adaptation, resilience, and consistency. Cam Reddish entered the NBA with high expectations after being selected 10th overall by the Atlanta Hawks in 2019. Known for his defensive ability, length, and scoring versatility, he was expected to become a key wing player, capable of impacting both ends of the floor. Standing 6 feet 7 inches, Reddish combined athleticism with an NBA-ready skill set, making him one of the most talked about prospects in his draft class. Reddish's rookie season showed glimpses of potential, but inconsistency and injuries prevented him from fully establishing himself. He moved between several teams, including the Hawks, New York Knicks, Portland Trail Blazers, and Los Angeles Lakers, never finding a stable role to showcase his abilities consistently. Despite his talent, the expectations of being a top 10 draft pick have not yet been met, and his professional trajectory remains unpredictable. In 2025, Reddish took his talents overseas, signing with BC Šiauliai in Lithuania to reignite his career. But his journey illustrates how even highly rated prospects from top programs like Duke can struggle to translate early hype into sustained NBA success. Maurice Stokes was one of the NBA's first black superstars and a player who redefined versatility on the court. Standing 6 feet 7 inches and 232 pounds, he played for the Cincinnati Royals from 1955 to 1958. Stokes was a 3-time All-Star, the 1956 Rookie of the Year, and the 1958 NBA rebounding leader. Known for his combination of scoring, rebounding, and playmaking, he brought a level of athleticism and skill that made him one of the most exciting players of his era. Tragedy struck in March 1958 during a game against the Minneapolis Lakers. Stokes fell and hit his head, briefly losing consciousness. Despite being revived and returning to the game, he suffered a seizure afterward and fell into a coma. Diagnosed with post-traumatic encephalopathy, the brain injury left him permanently paralyzed, unable to control his motor functions. His teammate Jack Twyman became his legal guardian, advocating for Stokes until his death. Though his career lasted only 3 seasons, Maurice Stokes left a lasting impact on the NBA and is remembered for both his talent and the tragic circumstances that ended his time on the court. Roy Tarpley entered the NBA with high expectations after being selected 7th overall by the Dallas Mavericks in 1986. At 6 feet 11 inches and 230 pounds, he combined size, agility, and skill, making him an immediate force in the paint. Tarpley's rookie season showcased his potential, and by 1988, he earned NBA 6th Man of the Year honors. He consistently produced double-doubles in points and rebounds, signaling the arrival of a future star in the league. Despite his talent, Tarpley struggled with substance abuse. Multiple violations of the NBA drug policy ultimately led to a permanent ban in 1995, cutting short a career that could have reached elite status. He continued to play professionally in Europe, including stints with Olympiacos and Aris, displaying flashes of the dominance he had once shown in Dallas. Roy Tarpley's life off the court ultimately overshadowed his achievements on it. His story illustrates how even exceptional ability can be derailed by personal struggles, leaving fans to speculate what heights he might have reached if circumstances had been different. Mikey Williams rose to national attention as a high school freshman, earning Max Prep's National Freshman of the Year for his scoring ability and athleticism. He quickly became one of the most talked about prospects in the country, ranked as a 4-star recruit and a top player in the 2023 class. Williams initially committed to the University of Memphis, where expectations were high for him to continue his meteoric rise. In April 2023, his career took a dramatic turn when he was arrested on multiple charges of assault with a deadly weapon. The legal issues forced his departure from Memphis and prompted a transfer to the University of Central Florida, where he played 18 games during the 2024-25 season, averaging 5.1 points per game. Despite his talent, consistency and adaptation to the college game remained challenging. In 2025, Williams transferred to Sacramento State, joining a program boosted by high-profile hires, including Mike Bibby as head coach and Shaquille O'Neal as general manager. Josh Selby entered the NBA surrounded by hype after a standout freshman year at Kansas and being drafted 49th overall by the Memphis Grizzlies in 2011. Expectations were high. He immediately turned heads during Summer League play, earning co-MVP honors alongside Damian Lillard. Fans and analysts saw glimpses of a dynamic guard capable of making an impact at the next level. However, translating that potential into the NBA proved challenging. Selby struggled to secure consistent minutes, appearing in only 38 games over 2 seasons. Injuries disrupted his rhythm, and off-court issues created additional hurdles. Despite flashes of skill and scoring ability, he never found a stable role. Unable to cement himself in the NBA, Selby embarked on a global journey, joining professional teams in China, Croatia, Israel, and South Korea. Each stop showcased his talent, but highlighted the difficulty of establishing continuity and prominence in professional basketball. His story demonstrates that even highly skilled players can struggle to make the leap from college success to sustained NBA performance. Which of these players do you think had the most unfulfilled potential? Comment below and let us know your take. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more basketball deep dives.